on a normal causal relationship kasi when you have like random people in a room, ano talaga sabog yan, walang gagana. Kasi syempre, iba-iba ang skill set, iba-iba ang kaalaman, iba-iba ang opinion. Pero my take on being a leader is the one who's setting the order on things if you want to go from point A to point B.
And we're back. It's nice to be back. So, welcome to Ka Computer, where tech meets wit and wisdom. For today's episode, we'll be talking about leadership for young engineers. The leadership journey, going from individual contributor to, someone who takes the lead for others to follow. So let's talk about that, leadership. You want to go first?
Sige, I'm going to try it first. So, it says here, should young engineers chase leadership or stay technical longer? So, sige, let me start that. No? So, on my take about that is, as much as possible, like, try to balance it out. Like, of course, you can balance studying technical stuff on your end during, let's say, free time if you want to really upskill. And at the same time, leadership, minsan binabaliwala lang kasi yan eh. Pero kung pag pumasok kayo sa industry, me as a software engineer, kitang-kita nyo talaga yung impact ng isang leader, on how they motivate yung people, and that drives yung pagiging business oriented, or that actually helps the company, or that actually helps you to bring value to the company, na being able to lead or being able to set a roadmap sa mga followers mo for them to succeed on their goals. And hindi lang siya puro technical na, okay, full stack dev ako, yun lang yung babayaran sa akin. Hindi. Pagpasok mo sa industry, ang hahanapin sa'yo, let's say, ng mga HR, of course, is, the ability to communicate, the ability to inspire people to lead, diba? So, that's my take. Balance it out and make sure na, make sure that you can inspire a lot of people by leading them. Ayun po. How about you, Sir Mark?
Well, I know. I mean, that was kind of like an interesting take. Kasi for me, yung leadership as a practice, it's not mutually exclusive with, being a technical. That's why I said medyo leading yung question. It kind of supposes na, it's either one or the other. But you can be both. And, leadership is more of a personality trait or characteristic about, somebody who can drive things, can really, push for and motivate and I guess from the very essence of the word, take the lead on things, right? And anyone, you can exhibit leadership regardless of your role, of your state within an organization structure, right? But you can also manage up. So long as you're driving, you're pushing for things to move forward. That's already, in some way, leadership. It feels like it supposes yung mutual exclusivity, but no. Everyone has leadership. Everyone is there, and I think it's not really a question of whether you take one or the other, or you have to kind of balance it out. You can be both, and you can improve in both. And I think that's actually very crucial then in any organization. Now, if everyone kind of exemplifies, improves their leadership in line with whatever role they are in.
Dahil nasa tech industry tayo, na obviously, we need to have essential, masabi nating technical skills. Kasi obviously, hindi ka makakapasok sa role kung wala ka namang technical skills in the first place. Pero I might say that leadership is a discipline and a journey. Dahil proven na rin from time to time, hindi lang sa pagiging tech, IT, or corporate, pero kahit as simple as mag-lead ka lang ng isang grupo mo sa school and all, na ang pinaka-inaasahan sa'yo bilang leader is to get stuff done.
Yes.
Ngayon, if you don't have the foundations of having these technical skills, hindi mo alam how to get stuff done. Kasi hindi mo alam yung intricacies ng dapat maayos. Pero, Maganda kasi yung experience ng pagiging leader dahil masasabi ko na when days get tough, doon nagkakasubukan kung sino yung kayang dalhin yung buong team from point A to point B. So dyan papasok yung mga elements gaya ng sinabi mo na i-motivate mo yung team. And one good technique din is to be able to communicate to the team na what needs to be done. Ano ba yung roadmap, how to do it, what to do. Ganun siya.
Ayun. So, ako naman, since nag-start talaga ako, as in, yun pa lang yung work experience ko, nasa startup company ako. So, sa tingin ko, dun sa setup namin, yung i-chase mo hindi yung leadership I-chase mo kung ano yung impact na kaya mong ibigay dun sa company. And simply as that, leadership will follow na. Yun lang yung masasabi ko for the questions.
Really, leadership will follow. So it kind of leads to yung second point,
Yes,
if it's
yes.
either teachable or learned through experience. You're saying it will just come based on experience. Is that kind of your take dun sa leadership?
So, sa next question yung is leadership teachable? Siguro yung fundamentals, yun, teachable yun. Pero, yung wisdom kasi, doon natin makukuha lahat yan sa experience natin. Ayun.
Siguro on my end, leadership comes sa akin through urge. Like, for example,
Urge is an interesting question. Word, pero sige, urge.
parang ano po kasi, if you look at it in let's say you're working in a group, and then feeling mo, you really want the group to feel successful. Let's say you're in a hackathon, no, and you want to win the number one and the champion role. So of course, eventually you'll have that feeling na you want to do something, no, that can lead or that can the word there is to motivate people to drive themselves better so that they can lead the champion role, diba? So that's why I can say in here in this question it can undergo through experience then, just like what Sir said.
Ay nga.
So, ayun. And kung leadership is teachable, yes, in a some sense, let's say for formalities. So, yun nga, kung talagang gusto mo mag-project manager type of leader, of course, may mga courses dyan, like for yellow belt, black belt, yung Sigma, six tempo. So, that's kind of part of the experience. And so, that's why it undergoes both ways naman din po.
Kaka Computer is made possible by the support of our community and sponsors. If you believe in empowering IT professionals and want to be part of our journey, we'd love to have you on board. Visit patreon.com/kakacomputer to become a sponsor today.
I can wrap it up after you. Sige.
Kasi ang kagandahan sa leadership kasi is pwede mo siyang i-approach in two ways, may it be theoretical or by experience. Yung theoretical, yun yung mga typical natin nababasang libro, di ba? Mga motivational stuff na napapanood natin sa TikTok, YouTube, or social media. Pero yun ay theory. Ang tinuturo nun ay communication, decision-making frameworks, conflict handling. But the real stuff comes in kapag yung mga events na adverse ay nasa harapan mo na. On the sense of a corporate worker, gaya ko, kapag dumating yung ipit mula sa stakeholders, maramdaman mo yung pressure mula sa nasa taas, paano mo ngayon i-handle lahat yun para mapagalaw mo yung mga nasa baba. So, one trick na natutunan ko sa leadership is to be as candid, tactful, and straight as possible sa ano yung hinihingi ko. Obviously, kailangan mo maging kind on how you deliver these to them. Pero kapag nakapag-set up ka kasi ng proper framework at process kung paano gawin ang bagay-bagay, and your people understands the hierarchy na sa'yo manggagaling yun, and everything will be well.
I see. So it does sound like may parallels, may alignment naman sa view, no? So gets ko na yung point of view nung parang you can learn it from experience. Actually, yung description mo kanina is parang reminds me of group dynamics na parang generally when people are put into a group, parang somehow they would gravitate towards certain roles and all that. So merong emergent leadership na ma-exhibit na behavior. And I think, that really fits around yung notion of idea na you do pick up yung leadership based on experience. But, there's a lot of things to learn. Which I guess kind of like, parang enhances you, parang building your own sort of tool set na parang you're not going to be as super effective as a leader if you're not really if you don't have the theory or you don't have the support of say a framework to approach things. So ultimately it does go both ways. No, you can learn it from experience, you can enhance it by learning. And I am also, and I think everyone in the tech then would agree na there's a lot of value in learning. And I see that as a mechanism of actually building and enhancing your tool belt, so to speak, so that when the opportunity comes or when the time comes, given your situation, describe mo kanina, you have something to draw on and to understand how you can move yung situation forward if the going gets tough. But leadership to try to, I guess, lead to our closing, no? I kind of really want to just step away from some of these things, unless you want to pick up on some of the points, because personally, I wanted to hopefully have a sort of an agreement on what leadership is, if you want to go there, or I don't know. Do you want to take a stab at defining what leadership is?
Siguro, for me, leadership is pretty much like being like a mentor in some sense, like making sure that, again, like when for example, there's a newbie in some sense in your team, and you want that person to be like highly skilled individual. So in some sense, being a leader, you'll be like an engineer to study how will I make that new person develop his or her skills, so that eventually, after the group work, he or she will be a very great and talented person. No, he can offer value na that is actually the best, or he can offer value that's much more something that he or she cannot think of before entering that group. Some sort of like that, because it's pretty much hard to explain, but it's pretty much inspiring people talaga to reach their highest potential. That's how I define leadership.
When it comes to leadership, kasi I'm actually big on putting in hierarchies. Kasi whatever organization, institution, or group you are, there's always this inherent form of hierarchies wherein you have this guy that will lead the group from point A to point B, and you have subordinates with their own skill sets or whatnot. So, on a normal causal relationship kasi, when you have like random people in a room, talaga sabog yan, walang gagana. Kasi syempre, iba-iba ang skill set, iba-iba ang kaalaman, iba-iba ang opinion. Pero my take on being a leader is the one who's setting the order on things if you want to go from point A to point B. He's the one who's gonna tell you what it is on a perspective na naglalagay siya ng order on how to do things. Kasi obviously, on a natural state, pag wala kang order, wala kang matatapos. The leader's job is to get you somewhere on ways that you don't know you can do. So, naniniwala ako na mabuti na ang leader ay may mga ganitong skill set na bukod sa ma-motivate yung team, ay mag-get yung message across that this is where we're gonna go, this is what we're gonna do. Kaya gano'n ang take ko dyan.
So, sa akin naman, ayun, since sa company kasi namin, sama-sama kami. Nandun si tech lead, nandun si DevOps, nandun si interns, nandun si ano. So, doon pa lang, sa isang kwarto na yun, kailangan mo ng kailangan mo na mag-step up eh. Katulad ko, I'm currently leading Sophie AI. So, kailangan mong kailangan mong iparating sa kanila na kahit group of Gen Z tayo dyan, kahit magkaka-vibes tayo dyan, kailangan alam niyo yung separation of duties niyo. Kailangan alam niyo yung mga orders niyo and all of that stuff. Yun.
So yeah, it seems like leadership is exemplified in many ways. It shows whether it's kind of like taming the chaos from some random group or actually just like kind of coalescing everyone to a shared sort of vision to a tread forward. And yeah, I think that kind of really fits nicely then in my conception of leadership. And then I think again, just to sum up, this isn't like a special thing. It's something that we can all develop, we can all possess, and it's also crucial regardless of your situation, in any group. At some point, during the course of say within group dynamics, parang one would step up as a leader, or you probably move around within that sort of leadership role depending on your situation. No? But yeah, ultimately, it is a skill to be developed. It's something that's inherent. It's also something that is vital for everyone in your organization. It doesn't necessarily have to be like mutually separated from being a tech person. And everybody should cultivate their leadership skills.
Thanks to our sponsors, Tutorials Dojo, Young CTO, Amazon Web Services User Group Philippines, Facebook subscribers. On to our next video topic.